Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Yodo, at tier 10 Japanese cruiser. I'm on the map Trap. It's a 3-point domination game, tier 11, and there is a sub. And once again we can't see the enemy team panel because bugs. Anyway, now I'm behind an island here, and this island is pretty great for a Yodo, right? Like, Yodo is very long, but so is this island, so I can hide my entire ship here, and I can shoot over that island without being at risk. Of course, that assumes that there are no planes. Like, as soon as there would be a carrier, this position would be really bad. The island isn't protecting me from shells, so I'm relying on not being seen, and, you know, carriers tend to see you. Anyway. No carrier here, instead we have a Clausewitz that's just YOLOing in and not very well angled either. We do have only one battleship, a Vincent, but you know, Vincent can smack this Clausewitz pretty heavily. And I mean, I can also do some decent damage, I suppose, at time. Like, it being broadside doesn't matter that much to me because I'm shooting high explosive, but obviously I can easier hit it if it's showing so much side. Meanwhile, the Clausewitz got smacked by the Vincent, and you know, it's just going down here. Yeah, I know it's got a super ship, but it's not super enough to just go out in the open broadside into a cap. Not that super, my friend. So, good start for us. Meanwhile, at the B cap, for some reason, our team is just sitting behind it instead of doing something about it. Like, we do have a Sherman there, and honestly, Sherman would be the greatest ship to push into the center. Like, it does have hydro, and you can hydro most of the cap here when you are in the middle of it. You could also then peek around like the island if you see that there's an enemy in your smoke and farm it, because Sherman is pretty good at farming destroyers. But anyway, it looks like the enemy got that one. Meanwhile, Holland is visible. I'm trying to take some shots here, and that was not a good choice, because I do have quite the shell travel time, even at this distance, so the Holland just turns a little bit and avoids me hitting it. Meanwhile, the Vincent and the Kurfürst can now shoot me, and I'm way too close to survive battleship armor piercing reliably. I mean, I got away with it, but that could have ended very badly. Also, I'm giving my position away, which means they know where their torps are coming from. Then again, this shouldn't be a big deal. Since we do have destroyers here, I should expect torps from here anyway. Now it looks like I'm gonna get a hit into the Kurfürst though. That's nice. But I've probably also shot the Kurfürst here. Anyway, Kurfürst seems to be flooding now. Got a fire on the Vincent. Lovely stuff. And, oh yeah, Vincent is eating more fish. Nice. Meanwhile, I'm detected by something. That must be the Yu Yang. I suppose the Yu Yang has left the center and is potentially coming this way. I mean, it could be just going right for C, or it could be like pushing into me. Although I'm no longer detected, so I suppose it's not pushing into me. Could be behind an island here somewhere. There is also a cyclone coming, still 1 minute until it starts. I'm now getting closer to my cover here. There is still a Vincent, there is a Slava, and I've decided that hydro is a very good idea when there is a Yu Yang around. We've seen the fish, and actually, is that fish aimed for the No, the Republic is fine. Okay, so the question is, what do I do from here? The Vincent is mostly out of range. I mean, it's still inside range, but it's so far away that it's going to be hard to hit, even if it's a battleship. And it's going behind an island. I could be shooting the Slava, although I'm not sure if I can lob shells over this island, or I could just go a little bit forward and try to torp it. Now the risk here is, we know there's a Yu Yang, and exactly it's detecting. Now the cyclone has now started, but it will take some time for it to get into full effect. Now I need to keep turning away because the Slava is going to shoot me. I do manage a reasonable angle before the shells hit, but keep in mind I'm a squishy cruiser, so angling isn't really doing all that much often. I mean, it worked, yeah. So that's good news. Now I do have some fish going there, but honestly I don't know what exactly this lava is going to do. It could be hiding behind that island. It could be sailing into those. It would be lovely. For now, I'll just shoot it some more. Meanwhile, our team is in a weird position, even weirder for a cyclone. I know they have completely abandoned A, but you know, guys, it's a cyclone, right? You should probably, like, if those ships would be sailing into B and then making a stand there, that would be sensible. But it doesn't look like that. It really doesn't look like that. Now this lava is hopefully getting torped here. This lava could shoot me, but it's currently not aiming at me, so I guess I'm fine. Also looks like this lava has managed to contain the fires, but it's still getting spammed by Viper there. So it's not gonna get away. And oh, I got it myself. That's neat. Meanwhile, we are losing the B camp. Also, I have no idea where the talent went. I mean, clearly it's not inside this camp. It's probably like retreating somewhere with the Vincent. Now, I got a chance to shoot at Yu Yang here, but didn't give enough lead, I'm afraid. So the Yu Yang is fine for now. Overall, we are a little bit behind. We are like one ship behind, and we are losing B. Nobody is fast enough to stop that. But we'll be on our way. Cyclone for Yodo is going to be interesting, because Yodo is very squishy and turns very badly, which are very very problematic attributes in a close quarters fight. But I do have torpedoes with great angles, which is an amazing attribute in a close quarters fight. Also suppose my firing angles aren't that great. A lot of it will depend on what exactly I find. So I got some fish going this way, because we know the Vincent and the Holland are somewhere in the area. I'm detected, probably by the Holland. We can see its fish. Or no, maybe I was detected by the Yu Yang after all. So let's shoot that one. You know, hydroing here might be a very smart idea, considering considering it has deep waters. But, you know, I'm not always that smart. So I'm gonna go into B now. Like, I saw the Holland torps. I don't think we ever seen any Yu Yang torps, which means they could have been ready. And Yu Yang torps are obviously very sneaky. Which means even though Viper was in front of me, he might not have spotted them if they were coming my way. Now I am raided by a Petrol. Can't see the Petrol because of the cyclone, but well, I mean, I can see it on the minimap, so I'm launching some fish in that direction. We'll see what happens. Now I am hydroing now, and we can see a lone Vincent torp coming through here. Also Holland and Vincent might be coming into B from the north. Now there is nothing I can really shoot right now, but I can try to blind shoot the Petrol. Because we know it's here somewhere. You can see where there are impacts, right? There you can see Viper is hitting it. Now I didn't have much luck with my shells, but worth a try. Now the Vincent is coming in. This time I hit. Now Vincent is coming in and my fish is not ready. I mean, it remains to be seen if the Vincent's actually gonna push in it. There are some small islands here, so even if I had my torps, it's possible that the Vincent would find some cover there. But the most important part is I made it to safety. I obviously didn't want to get smacked by Vincent. Now there is still the Holland. I do have only 20 seconds of Hydro left. Okay, we see the Holland Torps are coming here for Viper. Which is a bit of a shame. But Viper got the Vincent. Now, the question is, how far did the Holland go? And oh, we have a Thunderer and a Vermont pushing in. Good news, Torps are ready again. So I need to go in front of here and then Torp them. But what am I gonna do in my Yodo, right? If I'm actually gonna shoot them, they'll be able to shoot back. And it's gonna be close quarters. Oh, SJR got the Vermont. Okay, now it's only the Thunderer. I mean, that's more than enough to death strike. And I'm spotted. See, that's even worse because now the Thunderer can pre-aim in my direction. I was hoping that I could at least come around here and surprise it, but the Holland made this. Oh, it's shooting high explosive! Plot twist! Plot twist. Okay, now we turn and now we talk. Unfortunately, there is a limit on how much lead I can give with those Torps because of this island. I could have gone a little bit further that way. I mean, islands are tricky. They often are where you can't see them, so they might have just blocked the Torps if I had given a bit more lead. I only get one Torp hit, but it's fine. SJR got this with a detonation. This is fine. Okay. Now, there is a Petro, and I need to turn. Problem is, turning really isn't the strong aspect of this ship. Yeah, I need to turn more. So, ow. Yeah, Petro hurts. But, you know, my ship is finally starting to turn. Petro's on fire. Unfortunately, it's still quite a bit of time until I have a heal. What I need now is the fish. Now, I am a Hydron. That means the Petro can see those coming. I'm getting really low here, so I have to damage gun, I think. And oh, the Torp hit. Well, that's a good one. Meanwhile, there is a submarine somewhere. Yeah, somebody's pinging the submarine. Unfortunately, I don't think I've got the... Yeah, the sub somewhere here. I haven't quite the range, although we don't know where the submarine has been going there. Now we saw some anti-air fire from the Holland. No, wait. Is it the Holland or is it the Shimakaze? There is another destroyer. I suppose somebody is camping sea. Well, whatever a destroyer was there. We also saw the fish. It looked more like Holland fish. Oh yeah, it is the Holland. Now it turns out the Holland strayed too close, and now it's gonna eat some Yodo shells. There we go. That leaves the enemy team with a sole Shimakaze that has kept sea for some reason. I'm not sure why it's up there in a cyclone, because, you know, it should have probably going to Torp something, maybe fight for B. Anyway, so at this point I can just speed it up, because, you know, we know the Shima was at C, it's now going for B, and I'm nowhere close to do anything about this. It's fine, I'm just sitting here and camping and waiting for us to win mostly. Maybe firing some blind shots there, firing some Torps that do nothing. We'll see. Is the Shima gonna get itself spotted? Obviously, we have an Edgar moving in. Edgar might even be able to go there with Hydro. Shima is spotted, and Shima is down. So, this was a very successful Yodo game, I gotta say. It could have gone wrong on many occasions, like any Yodo game. As soon as you're spotted, you start to tremble. But it worked out. And in the end, I had a fun match, and I think we carried this one. There seems to be a sharp drop-off, right? We are all at over 2000 experience, and then there's quite a drop-off with the other ships. So yeah, I hope you guys had some fun. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.